Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Tactics here, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I thought it'd be a fun idea if I did a little bit of a guide for Escape from Tarkov beginners on the map Interchange. I hear all around the internet, whether it be in other people's streams or comments on a YouTube video, that people shy away from Interchange when they start out because it can be confusing with its immense size and sheer number of stores and routes to go around the map. Another reason people don't like going on to Interchange is because they feel like they can't make any money during scav runs because all the quote-unquote good loot is behind locked doors are already looted by the time they get there. Well, I can see where people are coming from. God knows I was the same way when I started playing on this map and was definitely turned off at first. I'm hoping that this video will shed some light on why this map may just be the perfect map for beginners to make some money and to show what the best and safest way to get around is. This is what I feel is the safest and best way to make money during a scav run on Interchange. And from there, bring it into your main runs as well. If you disagree or feel like it could use some tweaks, feel free to share any info you may have in the comments down below. I would love to read them. Keep in mind that the route and spots I'm about to show you are not for $1 million runs. Every run, you won't make 60 million after 5 runs or anything. It's just a way to get around and learn some key looting spots for people who quite aren't comfortable with their gunplay, but want to go in and come out with enough money to fund another PMC run. So let's get started with the route that I always take when I spawn in and the steps I go through to get out with lots of loot. Step 1 is your spawn in. When spawning in, the first thing you want to do is get your bearings. Where am I? Where do I go from here? And how much time is left in the raid? First, how much time is left in the raid? What you're looking for is somewhere around 20 to 35 minutes left. These are the times when any other players are either going for the locked rooms or maybe fighting killer or each other. Once you know how much time you have left in the raid, next is to ask yourself, where am I? When spawning in as a scav, 90% of the time you're spawning somewhere inside the mall already. If you're not sure where you are, try looking at the walls. This map is broken up into 3 colors. Blue for idea, red for Homali, and green for Ollie. The goal for your raid is to make it over to Ollie and extract out at Earcom checkpoint. If you have a map, which I will link a good one in the description down below, then Earcom checkpoint is near the southeast corner of the map. If you don't have a map or no way to pull it up during game, it will not be a problem because no matter where you spawn in, there is a safe route over to Ollie. So let's get started with the longest route if you were to spawn in, and that is Idea. You may think, well, there's no way I get around the map through the mall and over to Ollie safely, but you would be wrong. What you want to do is head to the back of Idea, and you should come to this upper outside area where Power Station is. Here is where you want to turn right and head to the big door leading into the Homali warehouse. Once inside the Homali warehouse, you want to hug the leftmost wall with all of the shelves, checking them along the way. In here, you have the chance of spawning motors, propane tanks, and most of the time, there will be tools and single slot items. What you're mainly looking for are 1x2 items, such as M scissors, which are worth around 35 to 40k a piece, so it's worth to pick them up just in case or if you have space. Once you're halfway through the Homali warehouse, which is noted by the 2 army trucks parked in the center, you want to turn left and check the back shelves for motors and other items, followed by the car around another left on the outside area, which has a gun case in the trunk. Most of the time, it has nothing or only gun parts, but it is a good place to check for a chance at another gun, especially if you only start with a pistol or shotgun. Next is to continue down the warehouse, checking all the shelves for more things like hand drills, M scissors, and other single slot items until you hit the next outside upper area. This area has scavs all around, so be wary and keep an eye out for who is a scav, who is a player scav, or who is a PMC. Once outside, turn right. There's a big door straight ahead, which you will want to walk through, then go straight through the next door behind the trailer sitting in the warehouse. Once in the hall, turn left and there will be a door right in front of you, and another hall to your right. Head straight down the hall ahead of you. The first door on your right, which if no one has come through yet should be closed, has 3 PC towers in it, which can hold all sorts of items. The thing to look for is cord, circuit boards, and RAM. Things like wires, CPU fans, DVDs, and HDD drives are not worth taking unless you have a little extra space after looting everything else. The next door down the hall on your right is always open, so if the first door is closed and the second is open, it's safe to assume that no one has been down this hall yet. There are more PC towers in that room as well. Continuing down the hall, there will be doors right in front of you. Congrats, you're now in the back of Ollie. This is where all the big loot for this route comes into play. You'll see doors straight ahead of you, which we will come back to later, but for now, looking to your right, there is an opening to Ollie. Go through, turn left. You're going to stick near the back side of Ollie and check every shelf on the way. the first being on your left the moment after you get into Ollie. These big green shelves can hold big 2x2 items like propane tanks, motors, and the biggest loot of all, expeditionary fuel tanks, which are worth around 80k. Other single slot items to look for are helixes, tubes, WD-40, and if you have space, you can also find car batteries, which are 2x3. A good 1x2 item to look for are water filters. The route through Ollie is simple. Head to the back wall and follow it the whole way, checking all the shelves from one end to the other, looking up and down. Things can spawn on all the shelves, so be thorough. This route is the safest because no scavs come back this far unless provoked, and you very rarely see any players back here because they are running through the center of the map at this point. Keeping down the back wall, you should hit the other side of the store with no issues. At the other end of the Ollie, behind some cover, there is a door, and if you go through that door, there is another door on the left side. This door is always open, so always double check it. If you're in the right room, there is a burning barrel on the right. On the couch is a duffel bag. It rarely holds good stuff, but it's good to check it if you have some free space. But the real reason why you're in this room is right around the corner under the staircase is a weapons case, which I find most people don't know about or don't check. So they will check the bag on the couch and this will still have stuff inside. If it's your lucky day, there's a gun inside of it. Once checked, it's time to head out, which is even more simple than getting in. Just follow the back wall again from where you are to where you came from. Double checking the shelves on your way out for things you may not have picked up before or seen. Once you've made it back to the first room, turn right and head towards those doors I mentioned before. Once back in the warehouse, make a left and head straight for the ramp leading outside. Once you're outside, head down the ramp and cross the street. Keep your eyes out, for this is the toughest part of the route. I personally hop over the fence and cut across the grass in the center of the roundabout, but that's up to you to go around or through. Once on the other side of the roundabout, right beside the tank, there's a case, which can have a small gun inside sometimes, but I usually find food and parts. It doesn't hurt to check. Then head straight for the extract. You will see the double tents and the truck slightly right of the tank. That's the goal. And now all there is to get out. If all has gone perfectly, you haven't had to fire at anyone, and you've gotten some money out of it. So that's the route. The steps for the TLDR are: step 1, get your bearings, looking for wall colors and at the map if possible. Step 2, how much time is left. Step 3, head towards the warehouse or the upside patio that is the closest. Step 4, follow the warehouse to Ollie. Step 5, once in Ollie, stick to the back wall, checking the shelves along the way. Step 6, check extra gun case under the staircase and barrel room. Step 7, head back the way you came to Ollie warehouse. Step 8, head to Earcom checkpoint. Step 9, extract and rejoice. Well, that's it, guys. When I do this route, I can make anywhere from 200 to 400k a run, depending on how much time is left in the raid, which loot spawns on the Ollie shelves for that run, plus how geared my scav is for that run. So guys, that is the route where I find it is the safest and I make the most money on interchange. But what do you think? Is your route better? Did this route work for you? Let me know in the comments down below if you use this route and how much you made from it. Make sure you like this video if it helped, and hit the subscribe for more videos like this. I have something in the works right now for Call of Duty with the Season 2 DLC weapons, where and when to use them. So don't forget to hit the bell so you can be the first to see that video. As always, thanks again guys for watching, and I'll see you in the future. Peace.